it up for Allison. All right.
Yeah.
Yes. Hello, everyone. How are we all doing tonight?
Good.
There you go. So I'll start with this. I'm a mom.
Well, that's worth more than that.
Thank you. Now, that can be a statement, a warning, or a threat. All depends on how much alcohol and or caffeine I've had, and am I sitting at a parent-teacher conference? Let's see where it takes us tonight, shall we? So I have two daughters, 17 and 14. That's what you do when you have teenage daughters. You just cross yourself until hopefully they move out one day. And both of my daughters are on the autism spectrum. Yes. You can applaud for that. We're Team Quirky, come on. We fly our free flag every day, folks. Now, the one thing I have learned as an autism mom is that my children do not have filters. None. And they're part Sicilian. Double curse right there. Double curse. So basically, my babies just think it and they say it. Which on the one hand is good, because it teaches them to be upfront, teach them how to speak up for themselves. But then there are also days you go, oh Jesus, what did they just say? Oh God, okay. Leave out the back door. Just don't make eye contact, just go, just go, just go. Now, I love my girls. I absolutely adore them. And they've become very, very close, especially since lockdown. I mean, those poor girls, they were stuck in the house for over a year, and they just had each other. So really, I'm very happy when I see them bonding. But holy shit, they can throw shade like two drag queens at a bottomless mimosa brunch. Oh yeah. We were in the car one time, and my youngest was in the front seat with me, and she was talking about St. Valentine's Day. She loves St. Valentine's Day. She has a little boyfriend. I got to call my future son-in-law, and she's going on about what they're going to be doing. Mama, we're going to go out, and we're going to get ice cream, and I think we might go dancing. I said, well, I didn't think our ice cream parlor had dancing, but hey, go with that. And she's just talking on. She's so excited. So her older sister's in the back seat, and she's like, oh my God, that sounds like so much fun. Can I come too? Without missing a beat, the youngest goes, no. That would make you a third wheel. Mic drop. I have never been so proud of my child. I am telling you, she's gonna go places. She really and truly is. She really is. But, and then my youngest, so autism is a spectrum, okay? So you would look at my girls and go, I've actually had people say to me, are you sure they're autistic? They don't look that. I'm like, well, I know they're not eating Legos, but yeah, they are. I've got paperwork to prove it. So my oldest, she's learned through school and ABA training and all that kind of good stuff to just soften her words, to think before she speaks. But my youngest just, again, thinks it, says it. So every once in a while, I'll be bumping into my daughter in the hallway on the way to the bathroom. One day she was like, it was summertime, and she's like, Mom, it's so hot. I have to wear these bras all the time. I'm like, well, yeah, I think everyone has felt that way at one point, but hey, welcome to womanhood. There you go. The other day, it was like Monday, going back to school, and she was telling me, Mama, I gotta go put my laundry in the wash. Can you put it in the dryer when I'm at school? I'm like, yeah, sure. I said, hey, why didn't you just do your laundry yesterday? Well, you know, it was raining. And then she just slowly backed up, went into the bathroom, just closed the door on me. It was kind of like in The Godfather when Michael closes the door on Kay. I'm just like, what did you just, what what? So yeah, that's always fun. You never know. You never know with the kids. But they're so much fun. What else? Okay, so here we go. So my girls, I've had to give them like life lessons. You know, you have to prepare them. I know they're on the spectrum, but they still need to know things. So one of the first things we talked about last year was I sat them down and talked about vaping and smoking. I sat them down and I said, okay, now, if I ever catch you vaping or smoking, I will break your fingers. That is the Sicilian mother coming out. But, point was made, they will not be smoking or vaping. Score 1 for me. The other life lesson, which was probably like last summer, maybe 2 summers ago, thanks to our wonderful neighbors who luckily moved, we had to talk about the difference between skunk and cheap weed. Because I really got tired of hearing my neighbors go, Mommy, there's a skunk in the house. No, honey, our neighbors are just cheap. So then I had to explain to her, that's cheap weed. She goes, why do people do that? I said, I don't know. So one day, her father was driving her to school, and she had this look on her face. And she was like, and he's like, honey, what's wrong? She goes, can't you smell it, Daddy? And he's like, what? Cheap weed. I was like, oh, yeah, I did catch a whiff of that. Daddy, what kind of weed would we buy? Would we get cheap weed? He's like, okay, you know what? We're gonna table this conversation for when you get home, because if your mother gets a note or a phone call, I'm in deep shit. Okay, we'll talk about that later. Now that's the other thing. Ever since they started going back to school, my kids get really frustrated. School is crazy, no matter what grade you're in, just craziness. So her dad and I have decided you can swear if you're frustrated. But you cannot do it at school. You cannot do it out in public. You can do it in the car or at home, okay? Those are the rules. Okay. My car is now like the sanctuary. As soon as my youngest gets into my car and she slams the door, she's in her sacred little space, and she goes from this pink-wearing, Hello Kitty loving little girl to a South Boston shipyard worker on her way to a union meeting. Well, she was also stuck home with me for over a year, so she's learned all the really good swears and a few that I made up. But we could be in the car and she'd be going, God damn, bitch, you just cut my mother off. It's okay, honey, it's all right. No, Ma, cut her like butter. I'm like, where the hell did you get that one from? Music. I'm like, oh. Okay. But there are times when it's like, God damn, that was a really good one. Show me that one later. And then when you get the both of them in the car, the oldest and the youngest, it's like battle of the swear words. Hey, bitch, let's get going. Light's green. Ain't gonna be green forever. One time, someone cut me off and then slammed the brake. Motherfucker. Okay, it wasn't that bad. I know, but you said I could swear in the car. I think we need to rethink this policy. But anyway, it is quite adorable, though. I do have to admit that. Precious, I just love it so much. So proud. Now, here's the funny thing. So, my oldest child, her father actually likes this about his kids. They don't like to talk about sex. I mean, they're older. We're trying to teach them about life and their bodies and all that kind of good stuff. They don't want anything part of it. He's like, they'll be my babies forever. I go, nah. We need them to be prepared in life, okay? So after lockdown, my oldest went back to school. And one of the first things they had her do was, you have to take a health class. State of Massachusetts, you have to take a health class, graduation requirement. They gave me the permission slip, they go down for all this stuff. I'm like, yep, sign her up. One last thing I gotta do. There you go. So then, she's texting me from health class on the first day. I was working from home at the time. I'm on a break, so I was on my phone. Mom! Exclamation mark. Oh dear God. What's wrong? Mom, I'm in health class and I'm very uncomfortable. I said, well, you should be paying attention. You should not be texting Mom. She goes, Mom, they are talking about the boy body. And I'm like, geez, okay. Honey, you need to learn this stuff. It's very important. It's going to keep you safe. It's going to keep you healthy. It's going to help you make better choices in life later on down the road. Please, just pay attention. Mom, they just showed a picture of the boy part. I'm like, oh, Jesus. Okay, honey, I know you're really uncomfortable, but I need for you just to pay attention, breathe, and we'll talk about it when you get home from school, okay? Okay, can you just text Dad and tell him I'm really, really uncomfortable right now? Sure, no problem. Hey, have fun at pickup today. So then the bewitching hour came home and everyone came home from school. So the youngest comes home, she goes in the kitchen, gets a snack, goes upstairs. And her father walks in, and Madison walked in. And she looks like she just stormed the beach at Normandy. She's pale, she's muttering. She has no idea what the fuck she just said. Oh my God, what the hell did I say? What the thing? What the thing? I don't know what the hell it was. Oh my God. Okay, you just sit down and breathe. Her father sat down. And he's like, okay, honey, I know this was a very uncomfortable day, but like your mom said, this is important information. You need to know this stuff. Your mother and I, we're still waiting for the talk, and our parents are dead. Brief disclaimer, if it wasn't for Judy Blume and Judith Krantz, I would have been lost. Lost. But anywho, so she's sitting on the couch, we're talking, and her father goes, okay, would you like to talk to me right now? Or would you like to talk to Mom right now? Whichever you prefer, honey. We're here for you. I think I'd like to talk to Mom now. Okay, I'll leave you girls to it. He runs. Runs up the stairs. I said, you fucking coward, goddamn it. So then it's just me and her. And I said, honey, again, I know it's really uncomfortable. I know it is. But again, it's good to have this information. You need to know it. You just gotta take it one day at a time. You know, just breathe. If you have questions, you ask your teacher, you ask me, you ask your dad. We're here for you, really. And all of a sudden she was like, okay, Mom, I think I understand now. I'm gonna try my hardest in class, I promise. And I won't get all upset. I said, good, honey, don't get upset. This is all a part of life. Nature, the whole thing. She was okay. But Mom, I'm like, what, honey? I can't get that image out of my head. And I said, yeah, I know, honey, I know. Then I thought to myself, you know, someday, she's gonna have that image probably on her phone. I know Mommy does. I'm Lauren Sims, that's my time. Thanks, everybody.
Lauren Sims, everybody.